What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Irvin, and I am so glad you're here with me today. Now, let me ask you something. Are you happy? Are you really happy? Not just get through the day happy, but that deep down, soul-smiling kind of happy. A lot of folks think happiness is something that just happens to you, like winning the lottery or finding a $20 bill on the street. But I'm here to tell you, that ain't it. Happiness is something you build, piece by piece, day by day. It's a choice, a practice, a muscle you gotta work out. Today, we're gonna break it all the way down. I've got 10 essential, life-changing tips that are gonna help you unlock a happier, better, more fulfilling life. We're talking real talk for real people. You're gonna see how ordinary people made extraordinary changes, and you can too. So I need you to do me a favor. Get comfortable, silence those notifications, and give me your attention, because what we're about to talk about could change the whole direction of your life. All right, let's start with number 1. This one right here is a game changer. Practice gratitude. Now I know what some of y'all are thinking. Gratitude? Irvin, I got bills to pay, my car's making a funny noise, my kids won't listen. What do I have to be grateful for? I hear you, I've been there. Let me tell you about a woman named Sarah. Sarah was in a deep funk. She'd lost her job, felt isolated, woke up with a heavy cloud of dread over her head. A friend suggested she try a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, she wrote 3 things she's grateful for. At first, it felt stupid. She was writing things like, "The coffee was hot today. I found a good parking spot." She kept at it, day after day. And slowly, something started to shift inside her. She started looking for things to write, noticing small pockets of good in her day. That simple act of looking for the good retrained her brain. It didn't magically solve her problems, but it changed her outlook. Number 2 is something you can't buy, you can't fake, and you can't live a truly happy life without it. Build strong relationships. Look, we are not meant to do this life thing alone. We're wired for connection. When you get good news, who's the first person you want to call? When you're going through something terrible, whose shoulder do you need to lean on? Let me tell you about a man named Mark. Mark was a hard worker, a real grinder. He was so focused on climbing the corporate ladder that he let his relationships slide. He missed family dinners for late meetings, canceled on friends to finish a project. One day his sister called him, crying. Their father was sick. That call was a wake-up call in the truest sense of the word. Mark dropped everything and went home. He spent weeks with his family, not as the successful executive, but just as a son and a brother. Mark realized that the whole time he was chasing success, he was running away from happiness. He made a change. He started prioritizing his people. Don't wait for a crisis to be your wake-up call. Pick up the phone today. Send that text. Make that plan. Invest in your people. It's the best investment you'll ever make. Coming in at number 3 is a truth so fundamental we often forget it. Prioritize your health. Y'all listen to me. Your body is the only house you will ever truly own. It's the vehicle that carries you through this entire journey of life. We spend so much time maintaining our cars, our homes, our finances, but we treat our bodies like they're disposable. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better. It's about having the energy to play with your kids, play with your grandkids. Think about my friend David. For years, David's routine was work, fast food, TV, sleep, repeat. He was overweight, always tired, and his doctor was starting to use words like pre-diabetic high blood pressure. He was unhappy, and he used food as a comfort, which only made him more unhappy. One day, he saw a picture of himself from a family event, and he barely recognized the tired, heavy man looking back at him. That was his rock bottom. He decided right then and there that something had to change. He didn't do anything crazy. He started small. He started by just walking around the block every day. Then he started swapping out the soda for water. He started adding a vegetable to his dinner. Small, consistent changes. Soon, the walks got longer. The food choices got healthier. The weight started to come off, sure, but that wasn't the biggest change. The biggest change was his energy. Let's talk about number 4. Set meaningful goals. Now, I'm not just talking about a to-do list. I'm not talking about clean the garage or file my taxes. I'm talking about the big stuff, the stuff that sets your soul on fire. A meaningful goal is your personal North Star. It's the thing that gets you out of bed on a Monday morning with a purpose. It gives you direction. Without a goal, you're just drifting. And when you're drifting, You're letting the currents of life push you around wherever they please. I want to tell you about a woman named Maria. Maria worked in accounting. It was a good, stable job, but she felt like a robot. She had always loved animals and had volunteered at a local shelter in college. That was when she felt most alive. So she set a goal. A big, scary, meaningful goal. She was going to open her own no-kill animal rescue. It seemed impossible, but that goal became her North Star. She started small. She took an online course in nonprofit management. She started saving every extra dollar she made. She spent her weekends volunteering at different rescues, learning everything she could, making connections. It took her 5 years. 5 years of hard work, sacrifice, and people telling her she was crazy. But last year, Maria's Ark opened its doors. She doesn't make as much money as she did in accounting, but she wakes up every single day bursting with happiness. She found her purpose. That's the power of a meaningful goal. So tonight, before you go to sleep, I challenge you. Find 3 things. Just 3. Okay, number 5 is a big one. This is the one that separates the people who succeed from the people who quit. You have to embrace failure as growth. I know. Failure stinks. It's embarrassing. It's painful. It makes you want to crawl under a rock and never come out. We are taught from a young age that failure is the opposite of success. You get an F on a test, that's bad. You lose the game, that's bad. But I'm here to tell you that is a lie. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It's a stepping stone. Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets it right on the first try. Every successful person you've admired has a long list of failures behind them. You want a real-life example? Michael Jordan, the master. He got cut from his high school varsity team. Cut. Can you imagine? He went home. He locked himself in his room. He cried. He could have quit. He could have said, "I'm not good enough." Instead, he used that pain as fuel. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Every missed shot taught him something. Every lost game pushed him to work harder. All right, let's get to number 6. This one might seem a little backwards, but stick with me. If you want to find happiness for yourself, give back to others. It's one of the great paradoxes of life. We spend so much time thinking about our own problems, our own needs, our own desires. We're stuck in our own heads. And the fastest way to get out of your own head is to get into someone else's world and try to make it a little bit better. It's almost impossible to feel sorry for yourself when you're actively helping someone else. There's a chemical reaction that happens in your brain when you do something good for another person without expecting anything in return. It releases endorphins, the same feel-good chemicals you get from exercise. They call it the helper's high. Let me tell you about a retired gentleman named Arthur. After his wife passed away and his kids were grown and gone, Arthur found himself with nothing but time and a whole lot of loneliness. He'd sit in his house all day just watching the clock tick, sinking deeper into depression. He felt useless. One day, he saw a flyer for a local elementary school that needed volunteers to read to children. He hadn't read a children's book in 40 years, but he figured it was better than staring at the walls. That first day, he was nervous. But then this little girl with big glasses climbed into his lap with a book, and as he started to read, the whole world changed. The kids' excitement, their funny questions, their unconditional affection. It filled a void in his heart he didn't know how to fix. He started going twice a week. He became Grandpa Arthur to a whole classroom of kids. He had a reason to get up in the morning. He had stories to tell. He had hugs to give and receive. By giving his time to those children, he received the gifts of purpose, connection, and pure, unadulterated joy. He found his happiness by helping them find theirs. Number 7 is a skill that is more important now than ever before in our crazy, distracted world. Practice mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's simple. It's the practice of being present. It's paying attention to the here and now without judgment. Our minds are almost always somewhere else. When you're driving, you're thinking about work. When you're at work, you're thinking about what to make for dinner. When you're eating dinner, you're scrolling on your phone. And that constant mental chatter is a huge source of anxiety and stress. We're worrying about things that already happened and can't be changed. We're stressing about things that might happen and we can't control. Mindfulness is the anchor that brings you back to the present moment. Consider the story of Jessica, a high-powered lawyer in a constant state of stress. Her mind was always racing, 1,000,000 miles a minute. She suffered from migraines, insomnia, and a short temper. She felt like a tightly wound coil about to snap. Her therapist suggested she try a simple mindfulness meditation, just 5 minutes a day. Just 5 minutes of sitting quietly and focusing on her breath. In and out, in and out. At first, her mind would wander constantly to case files and deadlines. It was frustrating, but she stuck with it. Every time her mind wandered, she would gently guide it back to her breath. After a few weeks, she noticed a change. The space between her thoughts started to get a little wider. She could feel her shoulders relaxing. She started to notice when her stress was building up during the day, and she could take a few deep breaths to calm herself down before she exploded. That 5 minutes a day created a ripple effect. She started sleeping better. Her migraines became less frequent. She became a better listener, a more patient colleague, and a happier person. She learned how to be here now. Coming in at number 8 is the antidote to boredom and stagnation. Keep learning new things. Your brain is a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. When you were a kid, you were learning something new every single day. How to walk, how to talk, how to ride a bike. The world was exciting, full of discovery. Then we grow up. We get our degree, we get our job, and we stop. We get comfortable in our routine, and our world starts to shrink. Learning something new pushes the walls of your world back out. It doesn't have to be a new college degree or something super academic. It can be anything. Learn to play the guitar, take a cooking class, learn a new language through an app, watch a documentary, join a pottery class. There was a man named Tom who worked the same factory job for 35 years. He was a good man, but he felt like his life was on a loop. He was counting the days to retirement, but he was also scared of it. What would he even do with himself? His wife bought him a beginner's woodworking kit for his birthday. He rolled his eyes at first. He opened it up and tried to make the little birdhouse on the box. It was terrible. The pieces didn't fit right, it was wobbly. It was a mess, but something about the challenge intrigued him. He tried again. He watched some videos online. He bought a book. He started spending his evenings in the garage, not watching TV. He got better. He made a birdhouse. He made a bookshelf. He made a small table. He was learning. He was creating. He was problem-solving. When he finally did retire, he wasn't scared anymore. He had a passion. He converted his garage into a full workshop. He started making custom furniture for people in his town. Learning that one new skill didn't just give him a hobby, it gave him a whole new chapter in life, one filled with creativity and purpose. Number 9 is a skill that can literally give you your life back. Manage your time wisely. Everybody gets the same 24 hours in a day. The billionaire, the student, the stay-at-home parent, you, me, we all get the same 24. So why does it feel like some people get so much more done and are so much happier, while the rest of us feel like we're constantly running on a hamster wheel, busy but getting nowhere? The difference is not how much time you have, it's how you use it. Time management isn't about being a robot, it's about being intentional. Decide what's truly important. Your health, your family, your goals, your peace of mind, and give those things time first. We call them big rocks. If you fill your jar with sand, the little unimportant tasks, endless scrolling, mindless distractions, first, you won't have room for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, the sand can fill in the gaps around them. Example, Chloe, a single mom, completely overwhelmed. She was working a full-time job, raising 2 kids, and felt like she was failing at everything. One night, she made a list of her big rocks, spending quality time with her kids, exercising for her own sanity, working on her online degree. She scheduled them. 30 minutes play after school. No phones, no TV. Woke up 30 minutes earlier for a home workout. Blocked 2 hours every Tuesday and Thursday for schoolwork after the kids were in bed. She was still busy, but now it was purposeful. Not a victim of her day, the master of it. We've made it to number 10. This one is about protecting your peace. Surround yourself with positivity. Jim Rohn. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Read that again. Think about it. The people you hang around, the content you consume, the environment you live in, it all seeps into you. It affects your mindset, your ambition, your attitude, your happiness. You can't live a positive life if you're surrounded by negativity. Like trying to stay dry in a rainstorm without an umbrella. Sooner or later, you're going to get soaked. If your circle is full of complainers, you'll start complaining more. On the flip side, people who are uplifting, people who are ambitious, people who are kind, people who push to be better, that's going to rub off on you. I knew this young man, Leo. He fell in with the wrong crowd. His friends were negative, making fun of people who tried hard. Their weekend goal was getting into trouble. Leo started skipping classes. His grades dropped. He lost that spark. He was becoming the average of the people he was with. His uncle sat him down and gave him some real talk. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. That hit Leo hard. He started distancing himself from that group. He joined the school's robotics club despite the teasing. In the club, he found kids excited about building things. They talked about college and future careers. They were positive and supportive. Slowly, Leo changed. He got excited about school again. He found a new passion. He became a leader in the club. Changing his circle changed the trajectory of his life. Sometimes the most positive move is to subtract the negativity. And there you have it. 10 powerful, practical tips to build a happier, better life. From practicing gratitude, managing your time, building relationships, embracing failure. But listen, just watching this video isn't going to change anything. Information without application is just entertainment. The real magic happens when you take these ideas and you apply them. Start small. Pick one. Just one of these 10 things. Commit to trying it for 1 week. See how it feels. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. And now for that special tip I promised you. Special tip, forgiveness. It's this, forgiveness. Forgiving others, yes, but especially forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for the mistakes you've made, for the time you've wasted, for not being perfect. You can't build a beautiful future if you're still carrying around the heavy bricks of your past. Let it go. Give yourself the grace to start fresh, right here, right now. You deserve it. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I truly hope this has served you. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these tips resonated with you the most? Do you have a story or another tip for finding happiness? Let's build a community of positivity right here in the comments section. Share your wisdom. And if you got value from this video and you want more content to help you live your best life, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. My name is Irvin Lumagbas, and I'm reminding you that your happiness is in your hands. Go out there and build it.